$25,000 from Gering's Keno funds have been approved to help a couple of local nonprofits. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, improvements at area nonprofit facilities will be the beneficiaries of Keno funding that were approved Monday night by the Gering City Council. The council giving unanimous approval to $9,800 for the Carpenter Center and a little more than $16,200 to the Riverside Discovery Center. Prior to the approval, Mayor Tony Kaufman praised the work of the Keno Committee in overseeing the funding request process.
They're very, very good stewards of that fund, very fiscally minded, and I cannot tell you that there is not one application that does not get truly vetted out. So their recommendations, I've always been of high regard with our council in the past, and I don't see tonight being any different.
The Carpenter Center's funding will go towards improvements in their community fitness room, and the money for RDC will be earmarked for the splash pad upgrade project at the zoo. The council also approving the carryover of $3,500 in Keno funding for High Plains Auto Club that had been previously approved but had not been distributed. Well, a 37-year-old Scottsbluff man has been sentenced following a November arrest on charges that included a sexual and physical assault that occurred in Mitchell. Court documents say Jeremy Cowan showed up intoxicated to the victim's residence and proceeded to physically assault her in the kitchen and her bedroom before she was able to escape the house with her son, who witnessed the incident. After applying for a protection order, she went back to the police department and detailed a sexual assault that had occurred at the hands of Cowan while she was sleeping. Last week in district court, Cowan was sentenced to 365 days in jail on a conviction of sexual assault on an incompetent, 100 days for convictions of domestic assault and false imprisonment, and 2 years of probation for convictions of child abuse and criminal mischief. Cowan, who had been incarcerated since the initial arrest, received 230 days credit for time already served and was released from the detention center after not losing any good time. However, the probation term remains in effect. Well, coming up for the break, a heat advisory remains in effect until tomorrow as those scorching temperatures beat down on the Panhandle. Bill's got your Tuesday evening forecast right after this on KNEB.TV News.
At Platte Valley Bank, you don't have to be like a tortoise and carry your home on your back. They have mortgage experts that can help you finance the home that's perfect for you. Whether you're a first-time home buyer looking for your next home or simply want to refinance the home you're in, the experienced lenders at Platte Valley Bank are there to help. Contact them at pvbank.com or call and visit with one of the mortgage experts to take advantage of great rates at Platte Valley Bank.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Very warm conditions here across the high plains as we go through the evening hours. Temperatures still in the 90s at 7. We'll be down to only 80 or so by 10 o'clock, only falling into the mid and upper 60s. We have one more hot day. In fact, dangerous heat possible through tomorrow. It will be much cooler by this weekend as thunderstorm chances return to the region. 98 yesterday for a high after a morning low of 60. Nothing in the rain gauge out there yesterday, and nothing coming today. Well, we do have heat advisories that continue through midnight tomorrow here for the northern portions of the Nebraska Panhandle into the eastern portions of the Sandhills. And that is not it. You zoom out a ways, take a look at all this real estate covered by these heat advisories and excessive heat warnings in those darker purple colors. Huge part of the country impacted by this oppressive heat that continues. It's here in our area, definitely 104 in Rapid City right now, 96 in McCook. Still 102 up in Chadron. That's one of the warmer readings we can find. Winds a little gusty at times at 10 to 20 miles an hour. Severe weather threat going to be well off to our north and east as we go through the evening hours tonight. And same situation for tomorrow. That severe weather threat hugging portions of Minnesota into the Great Lakes region. But as we get into Thursday, we start to set the stage for a little better chances of some thunderstorms here in the region. And a marginal risk of severe storms exists across portions of our area. Nothing in the way of thunderstorms tonight, though. It is going to be clear, quiet, nothing really going on. A few clouds towards sunrise tomorrow. That's it. Overnight lows going to be in the 60s and even some low 70s out there overnight. That's it. Not much cooling down happening tomorrow. Any few clouds early in the morning quickly going to dissipate, and we're going to have sunny skies throughout the rest of the day. A few high-level clouds develop by tomorrow evening. Probably not enough to produce much in the way of rain showers. Tomorrow, the rain chances start to go up for Sunday, or for Thursday, rather. Look at the heat tomorrow, 100 to 105 pretty much for everybody. Those are going to be record highs or near record highs for tomorrow. Nothing coming here the next 36 hours in our rainfall forecast. That changes, though, as we look at the longer range extended possibilities. You can see the chances of getting some moisture here across the region still continue. We'll have to keep an eye on that, but it looks like rain chances are going to go up starting Thursday and especially through the weekend. Clear tonight, lows down around 65 tomorrow. A mostly sunny, very hot, hazy, humid day. Highs into the low to mid 100s there. We'll be back in the mid 90s on Thursday. Better chances of storms start Friday and especially into the weekend when temps fall back into the 80s. Very comfortable conditions coming as we get towards the weekend.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
The summer heat is back, but you can keep your cool with new windows and doors from Renewal by Anderson of Wyoming. That's right, Christmas in July is back. And for a limited time, Renewal by Anderson is offering 20% off and no payment, no money down, and no interest for 18 months. That means no payment until 2023 and 20% off every window and door. Call 307-215-7493 and schedule your free in-home estimate from Renewal by Anderson of Wyoming today.
HydroZEN. Unplug and recharge. What is HydroZEN? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. HydroZEN is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
Welcome back. Officials say a lit candle led to a fire that destroyed the home of a Lyman family Sunday evening. Lyman Volunteer Fire Department Assistant Chief Paul Detweiler says the department was called to an East Street trailer home on the east side of town around 5:30 p.m. Sunday. Detweiler tells KNB News that Morrill Volunteer Fire provided mutual aid at the scene, and while firefighters were able to knock down the flames in about half hour, the trailer was a total loss. Firefighter Ministry provided the family of four with motel stays and vouchers for clothing and food, and Carissa Shank says while members of the extended family are working to help get them back on their feet, the Lyman family may need more assistance in the near future. Well, nearly Nebraska school boards have objected to proposed state health education standards that include lessons for young children on gender identity and gender expression. State Senator Joni Albright said 47 school boards across the state have either adopted resolutions or sent letters opposing the first draft of the standards that the Nebraska Department of Education is considering. Under the proposed standards, elementary students would learn about different kinds of family structures, including same-gender families and gender identity. State Education Commissioner Matt Bloomstead told school districts in a letter earlier this month that there would be changes in the second draft of the standards. He said the next draft will remove many of the explicit examples. And retired Senator Mike Enzi, a Wyoming Republican known as a consensus builder in an increasingly polarized Washington, has died at the age of 77. A former Enzi spokesman says Enzi died peacefully Monday, surrounded by family and friends. Enzi was stabilized before being flown to a hospital in Colorado. Police say they've seen no indication anybody else was nearby or involved in the accident. Senator Enzi retired from the Senate back in January, and he's survived by his wife, 3 children, and several grandchildren. Well, coming up after the break, Chabella Guzman in with a check-in on Ag News. She'll have that right after this.
This year, W2 means we double. Reganis Auto Center will double your down payment on any pre-owned vehicle on their lot. Turn $500 into $1,000. Turn $1,500 into $3,000. Use that money to get out of your lease or a vehicle you owe too much on, or to lower your monthly payments. For a limited time only, double your down payment only at Reganis Auto Center on East Overland and East 27th Street in Scottsbluff, your volume discount dealer.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leeds Heads.
In boots, new and old, you've walked the rows of life, a fence length of time. You fought the floods, snow, and sweltering heat, and lifted breathing and settled pain. With a smile and a cry, you've strengthened your community and future generations. Sometimes with nothing to say. Often can't say enough. Like, let me do it again.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
We are rolling up on the end of July, and Western Sugar has just completed their first root sampling of the year. The root sampling is a way to gauge the fall crop yield. Jerry Darnell, Western Sugar Vice President of Ag for the South region, runs down the numbers.
And in Billings, Montana, we're estimating a 32.2 ton crop. In Lovell, we're estimating a 26.1 ton crop. Fort Morgan, Colorado, a 33 ton crop, and here in Nebraska, we're at 30 1/4 tons per acre. Pretty much all tonnages are on average except for Lovell, and they had some root maggot damage, and so a little bit less than what they normally are.
Darnell says the hail which hit Bucks Butte County earlier this month isn't realized in the sampling, but will likely show up in later samplings. Western Sugar performs daily checks on the Cercospora leaf spot disease. Which conditions are ripe for?
Monitors show that it's probably getting time that we're going to need to do some treatment for Cercospora in certain areas. Some are lions, but right now I think our hottest spot has been up in the Mirage Flats area. Just because the temperatures are perfect to conceive Cercospora. They're having temperatures over 60 degrees at night and over 90% humidity.
Along with monitoring the beets in the field, Western Sugar is also doing its annual maintenance in the factory.
Every year we shut the factory down for 2 weeks to do maintenance on things that normally we're not able to work on until we're completely shut down. And so we're just about ready to finish that 2-week period of maintenance, and so we'll be starting up next week and running the MD plant. And
Darnell says during the maintenance, everyone comes to work during the day until the shift work resumes.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Western CPAP Supply has earned an impeccable professional reputation within the Wyoming and Western Nebraska region. Helping you get a good night's sleep is our passion. Our amazing team understands sleep disorders from a personal and professional level. We use CPAPs and BiPAPs too, and sometimes it just helps to work with people who share common ground. Our accredited CPAP supply company is approved by Medicare and Medicaid and is in network with every major insurance company in the region. Western CPAP Supply. We're here to help.
At Platte Valley Investment Center, we believe in personalized planning for your financial goals.
As your retirement income partners, our concern for your success combined with resources from Raymond James can help you make confident decisions for your financial future.
Our team of financial advisors will help you make your money work just as hard as you did to earn it. After all, our goal is to help you reach your financial goals.
Call me, Jody Rosiska, or Kevin Fig, Financial Advisors, to set up your free, no-obligation pre-retirement review.
And finally tonight, a world-class exhibit from one of the nation's most recognizable museums will be making stops in the Panhandle later this summer. The Smithsonian's Museum on Main Street will be presenting Crossroads, Change in Rural America. The exhibit, examining the evolving landscape of rural America, opens on September 11th at the Plains Historical Society Fraternal Hall Museum in Kimball and will be on display through September 30th. Historical Society President Tim Nolting says this exhibit also allows them to reflect on Kimball's history and hopes to strike up conversations on what makes the community unique. He wants to have local exhibits and public programs to complement the Smithsonian exhibit. The Crossroads exhibit is also slated to debut in Chadron in June of 2022. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. I'll see you here next time.